Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of The Hard Count. After a brief hiatus, I apologize. I was working on some other projects involving comedy, journalism, and other assignments, as well as finals. But I'm glad to be back tonight. I had the opportunity to speak with Jakoby Moss, a junior QB out of Mountain View High School in Bend, Oregon. Moss stands at 6 foot 1 inches and 185 pounds. He's a member of the 2022 class. He has a 4.0 GPA, so he's a very smart student. We kind of talk a little bit about that. We also talked about him and his coaches and how they're trying to change their previous tradition of his program, being a run-first offense to more of a passing-friendly offense. Moss and I also talked about how he navigated the COVID-19 pandemic and how it can be a little bit difficult to get exposure where he's from. All right, everybody, here is Jakoby Moss. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and welcome back. What is kind of football like in Oregon for you and kind of the West Coast? Has the competition been, how has kind of the competition been for you as an athlete over there, kind of through your entire life at that point?
I live in Bend and we're in Central Oregon, so it's a pretty small town. We have three high schools here, and we've always had good competition against other schools. But going into my freshman year, we bumped up to the highest class, 6A, from 5A, and that's been a big jump in competition. 5A, we were a powerhouse in 5A, and when we moved up, it was kind of a shock in a way. Bigger, faster, stronger kids, and playing a lot of the Portland schools where that's where the most competition comes from. But really, when it comes to 7-on-7 or camps, a lot of the most competition, we got to get it from Washington and California to really compare yourself to some of the top kids. There's really not too many prospects come out of Oregon. But how I see it is we have some dudes, we have some players. It's really hard for them to get exposure. Not too many people, even living in Bend, someone told me coaches are going to fly out to Portland, but are they going to drive the 3 hours to get to Bend? Most likely not. And so that's kind of how I see it. The competition's great, but we're in a bad position, a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough situation there, and obviously, I know that your numbers look pretty good last year for the 2019 season. You had, it says here, according to Max Preps, 1,174 total passing yards, 10 passing touchdowns, 130.4 yards per game, 68 pass completions, 127 pass attempts, and 6 interceptions. So 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 1,174 passing yards. So kind of going off of that, obviously those being your numbers according to Max Preps when they wrote those down, what are you kind of looking to improve on statistic-wise?
Big thing for me is my reads. That's what I've been working on a lot right now, and with 7-on-7 is I'd like to see the field faster. We were a run dominant. We've always been a run dominant program. We spit out running backs and we spit out O linemen. Never have really been a passing team, and we believe, me and my coach are looking to change that, but really just working on my reads, getting the ball out quicker, and I had quite a bit of sophomore jitters, if you'll call it that. That's where I believe those interceptions came from, where I can limit those, continue to lead the team, make plays as I feel I do, and continue that, get better, and really just limit those interceptions and better my reads.
Yeah, obviously reading the field is a huge quality, and I think you seem to definitely improve on that within your highlights. It showed that the later the season went, you kind of definitely improved on it. But you mentioned your head coach, Brian Crumb, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So tell me about your relationship with him specifically and your offensive coordinator, and kind of what are they doing with you and your offense, and how are they helping you improve right now?
Yeah, so Brian Crumb, my head coach, is also the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator.
Okay. All right.
Kinda, he does it all on the offensive side. Um, but we we get along great. Being a sophomore, starting on varsity, that's pretty big at Mountain View, and um, just I've been in the program forever now since tackle even started, so I've known him, and we've built a relationship throughout the years, and really just bettering how he knows how I play and I know how he calls plays and what he wants is it's just been great. Just to build that chemistry we have where I know what he's going to call, when he's going to call it, and he'll be able to call plays to suit my play style and suit our team. It's just been great, and he's been helping me out. Like I said, with my reads and to get better as a quarterback, and he's really doing a lot for me to get better as a quarterback.
All right, that's great to hear. And so, kind of going off of that, tell me about your kind of in your personal life. Tell me about your mom and dad, and kind of what they've done to facilitate your success as an athlete, and how they've developed you as a person.
Yeah, they're huge in the process. My they got me in football really early. I fell in love with it before I was even in football, and they've just been huge for it. The drives they'll make, the financial sacrifices they've made to help me continue to play and get that exposure I need, and to help me get to the next level, obviously the main goal. It's just been great. They're my role models. They're everything to me. So with them uh, in my, with them helping me out, it's just been everything.
Okay, wow, that's great to hear. And so, kind of, have you talked with your coaches about colleges yet, or have you heard from anyone, or kind of where are you looking at right now?
Yeah, me and Coach Crumb have had the conversation. Uh, it's it's honestly really tough living and playing in Oregon. It's really tough to get that exposure. Um, I don't go to the biggest school in Oregon. I we're the smallest school in 6A, actually, the highest division. So that just kind of shows the struggle we have. But with him, knowing he's going to do his best to help me get where I want, and then also my 7-on-7 coaches are doing a tremendous job in um, getting my name out there, getting me that exposure, and helping me hopefully get to where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah, that's good to hear. And so, say that a college wants to take you and kind of, they want you as the QB1 in their offense. What's the first thing you kind of want them to know about you?
Um, I guess that I'm a hardworking playmaker is how I like to see myself. I'm giving everything I got, every game, every drill, every practice, doesn't matter what it is. And what comes with that is I feel like my ability to make plays, and how I can and buy time and do that. So I really want them to know that I'm gonna put in that effort off the or on the field, so I can show it during the games, as well as my academics. Is I'm gonna give it my all there too. They're just getting a hardworking kid.
That's great. That's great. And so, I kind of asked this just for fun, kind of a tongue in cheek. But if you were to get drafted by an NFL team, what team would you want to get drafted by, preferably?
Oh, of course the Rams. They're my um, they were my dad's favorite team when they were in LA, and me and him we were waiting for him to come back, and when they came back, we love it. That'd by far be the number one team I'd want to go to.
All right, that's very, very cool, Jakoby. All right, well, thank you very much.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
All right, everyone, that was Jakoby Moss out of Mountain View High School in Bend, Oregon. If you'd like to contact Jakoby, his Twitter account is at Jakoby Moss. That's spelled at JAKOBYMOSS. And I'll be sure to post his huddle link and information below as well. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is at Imami Michael. Both my Facebook and Instagram are at The Hard Count with Michael Imami, and my YouTube channel is at The Hard Count with Michael Imami. Just search that up and hit subscribe on there. I'd really appreciate that. Also, Snapchat is at Michael Imami as well. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in and listening to this episode. Glad to be back. We'll be having a lot more quarterbacks on here as well, more than usual. So I'll be looking forward to that, and keep your eyes peeled and ears ready, because we're going to be going through more of these episodes pretty quickly. So hope you guys will enjoy that. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?